All right. Looks like we're live. Hello, hello. Mic test. Perfect. Perfect. We're live on Instagram, YouTube, all the places. So as you guys can see, let me move the camera a little under. I don't want to show you guys too much wine because we're all here for whiskey. Perfect. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of new stuff. But first off, I know Mike isn't here. Or I'll do this later. But I've got a lot of new stuff. Kings County we got it from earlier, but we went over it. This is the pinhook. So this is our pinhook barrel pick. I'm actually I was going to pick two barrels from Pinhook at Casso and Key Distillery, and they have this vertical series, which is basically MGP juice. They age it over 10 years, and they release a little bit of it every single year. So that's called the vertical series, and this is the 10-year version. But these are the barrels from 10 years. But I've tasted 20 or so barrels from Pinhook of the vertical series, and I really liked one of them. And then the second one, I was like, should I pick this one or this one? So I said, you know what, just ship me both of those samples and I'm going to taste it later. And these are those samples. So I'll pick them tonight and then with you guys and see which one I like more. But comes in these cool bottles. Looks like a dessert wine, right? Then I've got some samples from Valor Peak Distillery and some Doc Swinson triple casks. So I know the last time we released the Doc Swinson triple cask, it was a hit, but unfortunately there was no more supply in New York. So we had to purchase more from Washington. So it's coming, it's on the truck, but this is a sample of the batch that we're getting in. And then today we also got an allocated release of Blood Oath Pact 11. So I'm going to give out a discount code somewhere in the middle of the stream. And yeah, it'll be a discount code. I'll show you guys the code, and it'll be site-wide, but it'll be valid only today until the end of the day. So if you want to get something, hold on. I'm going to give you guys a discount code to get it. So every live stream, I don't want to promise things, but a lot of the live streams I'll do going forward, I'm going to have some sort of a code so that everybody's incentivized to be on the live with us. So let me just move the camera up a little bit. But if you guys are here, cheers, man. Cheers, Scott. If you guys are here, send a message. I know it's been a long day. It's been a long week, but I have some good stuff to try. This is our barrel pick, by the way. So I picked this barrel last week, and these guys are fast because it's already bottled and it's already here with me because we got the delivery yesterday. The owner of Fort Hamilton, he drove here himself. Guy Earn, the fisherman, is here. Everybody cheers. So we've also got the Jimmy Red bottled in bond. So Jimmy Red Classic is a Scotch person's bourbon. I'll be honest, I don't know if I like Jimmy Red bottled in the Classic as much. The bottled in bond is much better. It's like a level up. I know a lot of you guys got the Watershed bottled in bond. Today I just got this in. This is the batch 3 of the Watershed uncut, unfiltered limited release. So this is also, I tasted it just today, but I told him to give me a bottle for sampling so that I can taste it tonight over the pour. And he gave me it, and I'm happy about that. 2XO, the Pinhook 2 barrels, which we have to pick between, and then some Valor Peak Distillery, and then this is the Fort Hamilton. I'm not going to open this bottle because I have a barrel sample. So this is the Fort Hamilton. I'll be honest, I was told not to bottle this because it's 8 years, 11 months. So this code right here, it's from MGP. So this code right here, it tells you what date it was barreled. So it hit the barrel on, so two is the date. So 2nd of K is the month. So K is the 11th letter. So K is the 11th month, which means November 2nd, 2016. So it's about to hit its 9-year mark on November 2nd, which is in less than a month now. So I was told that wait for 20 or so days, and then we can bottle it, and then you can sell it for higher, and it'll be a 9-year blend, but a 9-year barrel. But I was like, no, you know what? I'm just gonna take it as it is, and it's an 8-year, 11-month bottle of Fort Hamilton, which was distilled in Indiana but bottled in Brooklyn, New York. So pretty cool label. It's a good barrel. But yeah, that's that. I've got some Ezra Brooks 99 proof, and then Kings County as I went over, and then Doc Swinson. So which one should I open first, guys? Which one should I open first? Please let me know. Let's see. One person watching from Instagram, Sandman. Welcome. It's always good to have new people. Somebody watching from YouTube. It's amazing. Which one should I taste first? And if nobody says anything, I'm just gonna. Hey, Landon, how are you? You were here last time, so good to see you, man. Always good to have people in. But yeah, I'll get better with names as we go. But yeah, we've got some good stuff. Anything that you see up here, which one should I taste first? Jimmy Red bottled in bond it is, because Gene wants to taste the Jimmy Red. So last time I made the Old Pepper my blend cup. So I'm just gonna keep my blend cup here so that I can. So for the ones that don't know, I 2XO. I'll do 2XO after this. So yeah, Landon. So usually what I do is I sip a little bit, but I can't finish the whole cup. So I put it in here, and this becomes my blend cup. So at the end of the night, I'm not calling myself a blender, but it just blends all the bourbons in the cup. So cheers to the Jimmy Red bottled in bond. Is Greg here? Where's Greg? Wow. In 2025, probably has to be. That's a tough one. Depends on my mood, actually. The best rye whiskey I've tried is probably the Blue Note rye finished in honey cask. That was really nice, because the rye whiskeys are usually spicy, so the honey finish sort of mellows down. Some of the barrels that I tried in Kentucky were phenomenal. In terms of bourbon, there's this Nulu barrel that I picked, and it's a maple brulee finish barrel. And I've tried a lot of Nulu maple brulee finish. They don't taste as good. And that one barrel that I tried was phenomenal. Getting some peach, some walnut, dark fruit. It's more woody than the classic bourbon. I'm getting a little bit of a colored note, like a pine. It's not spicy, but there's an extreme oaky note towards the end. And if I were to say, this is like a three levels bourbon. So I went over this last time. That's how I think about bourbon. So you have the level 1 taste, which is sometimes sweet, and there's 3 evolutions of taste. So this starts off being very sweet, not too sweet, but has that sort of vanilla taste, and then it progresses to being slightly malty, but then it turns into an extremely buttery, bitter sort of note, kind of dark chocolate, but not exactly. But I like it. Oh wow, the dark chocolate becomes heavy as it sits. The smell, at least. But yeah, not much left. I'll pour some more so that our blend cup has a plentiful. Perfect. Guy, I saw your order. I think you like Redwood Empire because AJ was telling me Guy Earn ordered so much Redwood Empire. He has all the SKUs and yeah. Scott, let's go for 2XO next. So after I moved to the store, I feel like I lost the habit of cleaning my palate during these Friday night pours. Wow, that's good. Water feels good. Gene Harris. Mr. Gene, thank you. Let me know how you like the Jimmy Red. Did you get the classic or did you get the bottled in bond? Because classic is really good, but the bottled in bond I like more. I feel like I've heard mixed opinions. Some people like classic a lot more because it's more unique and more scotchy. So has those single malt Scotch notes. I call it the Scotch guys bourbon, but yeah, open it, man. I'm telling you, this stuff is pure liquid gold. I'll be honest, I'm a little jealous because I know Scott has the vinyl collection. I have the sneakerhead, so sneakerhead it's really good, but I mean vinyl collection back when I tasted it, that was my favorite. I didn't taste the sneakerhead, so I got myself a sneakerhead bottle and I popped it open because I was like, I don't have the vinyl collection. I need to try this so that I can know which one's better. And I made sure I know that the vinyl is better. So that was what went into a lot of mystery boxes then. So much caramel, some honey, maple syrup, and there's a spice to it too. Getting an earthy note, like a leather or tobacco or coffee, one of those, and it evolves into like a chocolatey, oaky, just like the previous one. Um, but yeah, I'm getting some pepper too. There's some heat in the end. I think this is a high rye bourbon, probably. That's why. Well, I've been through this like tens of times, so it's funny that I don't know. Gene bottled in bond is the way to go. Wow, that's really good. What's next, guys? What's next? I'm opening my 2XO tomorrow. Should I try the samples? Now that I'm not as buzzed. If new people are coming, say hello, say hi, say cheers. But Pinhook, these are the two samples. I need to pick one of those because those barrels will get bottled then. I'll be honest, some of the Pinhook barrels that I tried there, the vertical series 10-year, some of them were overly oaky. They were very dry. So I didn't pick them. These ones were what I liked, but one was phenomenal. The second one, I was like, these two are funky. I need to give this another try. So I got these two. If you guys don't tell me what I should try next, I'm just gonna go for the Pinhook. So let me know. And then this is also something that I tried today. What's your favorite bourbon at 50, 99, and 150 and so on? Have a new bottle for 2025. So Crazy Pops. Thanks for joining, man. $50 probably has to be it really depends on what you like, what palates you like. If you like dessert, which I like a lot, I would go for the Clyde Maze. I don't know if it's here. The Clyde Maze is really good for a $50 bourbon. It's $54.99. But some people also like the Rough Rider. Rough Rider 8 years, also really phenomenal. For $50 price point, I think those two are what I would pick. The Watershed bottled in bond is also really, really good. But I think that comes out to be about, yeah, 55 $60. But if I were to pick, I like dessert, so I would go for the Clyde Maze because it's extremely caramelly. If I were to pick something for a Scotch guy, I'd go with this one, but the classic. So this is the bottled and bond. I would go for the classic. And if I were to go for something that, someone who is just getting into bourbon and thinks that Jack Daniels is the ultimate bourbon, I would give them a Rough Rider Happy Warrior or a brandy cask. Add some water because people like the lower proof stuff when they're just getting into bourbon, and give them that. For the $99 bourbon, I would give them the 2XO. No doubt, I would give them a 2XO. So that's a pretty clear cut choice. $150. So here's where you have a little more choice, and I feel like you could choose a lot more. If I were to pick, I would get two bottles for $150. But if you really want one bottle for $150, can't go wrong with Doc Holiday. Doc Holiday is really good. Hill Rock, I would go for Hill Rock. Hill Rock is also really good. I think we sold out of Hill Rock too, but that's a good bottle. But yeah, this goes for $70, so it's also pretty good. What should I pick next? I guess I'm going for the Pinhook. Oh, this is the Rough Rider I was talking about, right here. And the Jimmy Red that I was talking about is right here. So this is the Jimmy Red Classic with the blue bottom. So I'm opening up the Pinhook barrel number 2644, just so that you guys know. 2644. This is the Pinhook barrel. These guys they store all of their barrels in Castle and Key, which is in Frankfort, Kentucky. So all the aging happens. Most of the aging happens near Buffalo Trace Distillery, right beside there. They're actually in a ravine. So let's give this a fair assessment. This is barrel number 2644. Cheers to that. Getting some tropical banana. Some smooth butter. This actually goes down pretty easy. This is the 2644 barrel from Pinhook. Oh, wow. That suddenly becomes so bitter in the middle. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it suddenly becomes extremely bitter. So that's what it is. Let's pour this in the blend cup. Then let's go for 3131. That's the barrel number. 3131. I don't know if everybody's able to see. 3131. There's a lot of things to taste today, so let's move fast. Two 644 and 3131. So let's see. Ooh. This has a very soft vanilla note, so very soft vanilla chocolate note. And I'm a sucker for chocolate notes, so love chocolate, so that's the notes I'm usually looking for. But yeah, this has a very subtle chocolate note in the back. Wow. There's a maltiness to the end. Oh, and it's got some heat. I did not know the proofs on these. Maybe I need to clean my palate. Go again. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is the one. I think 3131 is the one. That didn't take long. I don't know why I was contemplating so much. This just turns too bitter. I don't know why. It's too bitter, man. I don't like that. If it turns bitter and it is not as dry, sometimes fine. But if it's bitter and dry, then it's just not aged properly. It didn't age properly. So, uh, yeah, crazy pop. So what we do here is we try to introduce people to new bourbons, because a lot of the Sagamores and a lot of the big name brands, I don't have any here, but a lot of the okay, I'm gonna put it big name brands. They will basically spend a lot on advertising and marketing to get on the shelf. Like owning a store, I get so many people asking me, can I put my whiskey on the shelf? And we will basically give you some tasting and off that bottles. But what we do is we stick to these craft distilleries because these guys don't spend as much money in marketing, and you get a much more unique flavor, sometimes better than this stuff, in texture and all of that. So, and they're not gatekeeping it behind like allocations and high secondary prices over MSRP. So these guys make some good bourbon, and you don't see these on the shelf. So get to try new stuff. So what's next? I have already picked the 3131. So that's my pick. The 2644, Get Lost. I'm gonna keep it to the side, and the 2644 is to the side, and 3131 is here. I have some Valor Peak Distillery from Colorado, some Fort Hamilton, which I have here, some Sagamore Kings County. This is the Sagamore Albarino cask finish. This is a good rye. Actually, Crazy Pops, you asked me a question whether what's my best bourbon. No, somebody asked me a question. What's my favorite bourbon? Landon asked me a question. What's my favorite bourbon in 2025? I said Blue Note Rye. Sorry, for rye whiskey, it was Blue Note Rye finished in honey cask. This is my second favorite rye. It's a Sagamore rye whiskey finished in Albarino cask. So yeah, there you have it. That's my answer. Um, who else? Who else? Hey, Manny, how are you? Thank you so much, man. Thank you for joining. Cheers to Manny. He's an old friend. It's like my brother, so I'm happy he's watching. So next up, I'm gonna open up the Watershed. What is this? Watershed Uncut Unfiltered batch number 2. Okay, since you guys are watching, I have a $10 off coupon code if you guys want to use it across the website. It expires today, and this is the coupon code. So it's FNP 1010. I know it's the camera is flipped, but it's FNP 1010. So I'll write it down in the comments. Thank you, man. FNP 1010. $10 off flat on the website. I don't think there's a minimum purchase for that either. $10 off the website. So that's the code if you guys want to use it. But yeah, next up, I'm just going to open the Watershed limited release batch 3. This comes in at 122 proof, so 61.1%, 122.2% alcohol, 122.2 proof, not percent. That would be wrong and a little over the board, even though it's not possible. Man, this has so much dark chocolate. It's crazy. I think tonight, amongst all the bourbons that I tried, this is probably my favorite. Might be because I've tried a lot of these earlier, but the Watershed Uncut Unfiltered is probably has to be my favorite. Oh, Andrew, you probably ate at what's it called? La Porta. We go there pretty often, so that's a good restaurant. But hey, I know a lot of people are watching from different parts of the country. If you guys are in Northport, New York for some reason, or even in New York City, I'll literally come there and meet you guys in New York City if you guys are there. So yeah, it's like an hour drive. So let me know, and we can do a meetup, like an in-person meetup, or we could do a whiskey library festival somewhere. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. But Andrew, stop by the next time you're here. I'm usually at the store as well. Feed and Grain. Feed and Grain. The one you need to try is Ropke's. I've been going there. It's a good restaurant. So much grain forward note. So there's a grainy note that I'm not able to figure out. It reminds me of the wheat whiskey I tried. But let me try to figure it out. Getting a toasted finish and a grainy sort of aftertaste. What's that grain? It's like a bread. It's like a bread. It's like a wheat bread. Yeah. But yeah, this is this is really good. This is good. I don't know. I shouldn't be finishing it because I need some for the blend. But I don't know why we haven't put these in the mystery boxes yet. Probably because there's we didn't get a shipment in. But holy shit, this is good. I like it. It's I would say this thing is better than the 2XO Sneakerhead. I don't know if it's better than, actually I don't think it is better than the Wino blend, but the Sneakerhead, I don't think it has a shot in front of this thing because it's so much chocolate, so much vanilla, and there's so much complexity. It's like a three layered bourbon. So you start off being slightly oaky, slightly sweet, but a ton of chocolate, and then you go to malty, and then the finish is like a toasted bread, like a toast. Yeah, like a chocolate toast. So smither some Nutella on a bread, and that's what the finish feels like a slightly burned bread. If you're into that, but yeah, that's good. That's really good. I went a little over the top on that one. Albarino Cash Cry. So Albarino is a white wine. So it's made with Albarino grapes. So not many people finish whiskey in white wine casks, which is, when I first told one of my friends, they were like, that's weird. Why would you finish it in white wine? But they finish it for 4 years. And you can't buy this anywhere. You can't buy it online or anything. You can only buy it at the distillery. Even I can't buy it anywhere. Like, my distributors don't have it. I don't sell it. Just available at the distillery. Ooh, so much cheesecake. Cheesecake, sponge cake, whatever you want to call it. There's also some cola, some Coca-Cola note. There's a sweet Coca-Cola note to it. Sweet Coca-Cola, like a Dr. Pepper cherry added with some Coca-Cola. It's not as cherry forward, and the finish is just sweet. I don't think it's a 3-layered bourbon or a 2-layered bourbon. I think it's a flat bourbon, but it's like a dessert bourbon, if you want to call it that. Because I feel like if you put the whiskey in the Albarino cask for that long, for 4 years, you're putting it in there, then I don't know. It takes a lot of the white wine notes from it. So I'm gonna pour this in here. This is a blended whiskey. That's what I want to call it, blended whiskey. Let's try the Fort Hamilton. This is our barrel pick from Fort Hamilton. I hope a lot of people get this the next time. I'm gonna tell AJ that he needs to put more of these in the mystery boxes. So this thing is really good. This is like a honey liqueur, like an oak finished mead. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like a whiskey. It's somewhere between an old fashioned and an oak finished mead, because it's got some citrus to it. And this is the Fort Hamilton barrel pick. So this is 8 years, 11 months, 66.6% alcohol, 133.2 proof. Add some water if you want. I just drink it neat because I like the high proof stuff. And if you try it, you can't tell that this is 133 proof. Extremely buttery. The nose on this is like an old fashioned because you see the orange peel. Then you see that grainy, earthy finish. But yeah, this is really good. I think my rankings for today are probably this one and then this one. Should I put that one first or this one? Well, this one is probably the runner-up for second because I feel like this is just as good, just not my type of bourbon. Yeah, Sagamore does really good stuff, and bartenders love this stuff. I feel like because I've seen it in a lot of bars. Yeah, they just released their 10-year. I don't think they produce their own bourbon. It's all Indiana, so it's MGP, but they source some really good MGP bourbon, and if they finish it themselves, good job on the finishing as well. I mean, half the stuff here is MGP. So these guys distill their own whiskey. These guys are sourced. These guys are the literal MGP because Ezra Brooks is owned by MGP, so they don't even source, they just distill themselves, but it's owned by MGP. These guys, a lot of respect, distill themselves, and these guys, a lot of respect, distill themselves because and these both are much more unique than any other bourbon here. So this is really good. This is some good MGP bourbon. This is some good MGP rye. This, even though it's distilled by themselves, not a big fan just because it's very raw, very malty for me. If you like single malt scotch, you will like this. Personally, not a big fan because it's 20% malt, but it doesn't feel like an 80% heavy bourbon. There's no sweet influence for me. So count me out. Next up is the Doc Swinson Triple Cask. So these guys have bourbon from Washington, and then they rest it in a sherry cask, and then it goes into what is it? The sherry. I need to look this up. I don't know. Doc Swinson Alter Ego Triple Cask bourbon. So this thing is finished in cognac cask, sherry cask, and then can't find out. But it's a cask strength bourbon. Cognac cask, sherry cask, And I can't zoom into these pictures. Oh, they call it a triple cask bourbon because it first goes into the sherry cask and then cognac cask. But it's finished twice, so it's a double. Or I guess then by that standard, it's a triple cask bourbon. The Doc Swinson is good. I feel like the Doc Swinson triple cask bourbon is very similar to the Fort Hamilton. I don't know why. Extremely similar. Maybe it's just that I'm buzzed. But yeah. Last pour. What do you guys want me to pour for next? I have some Valor Peak Distillery. These guys sent me 40% wheated bourbon, 134 proof. These are some barrel samples from Valor Peak Distillery in Colorado. So these guys are a veteran-owned distillery, and they just reached out to me and they were like, we should do a barrel pick together. I said, let me taste your stuff first. And they sent me this because, we taste everything that we put in the boxes or put up on the website. So I like to taste everything, let it go through. I haven't tasted these samples. I would like to. So if you guys want to tell me what I should taste next, let me know. How does this work? 4 people, 2 people, and 1 person. Scott is still watching. Wow. Thank you, Scott. Perfect. I'm just going to go for this. The 40% wheated bourbon, 132 proof. Oh my God, I need to clean my glass. So much bourbon has passed through the glass. It's crazy. Yeah, the yellow label is the watershed. It's I need to dump this. The yellow label is the batch 3 of the uncut, unfiltered watershed. I believe it's cask strength. But the ones that we shipped out a lot of, I think those were these ones, the red label. Not these. I think I have some here. Oh, I have a box full of these. So this is the watershed bottled in barn. Can't get the box open, so it's okay. But yeah, this is the Valor Peak Distillery from Colorado. Just trying some stuff, new stuff. I don't think they're distributed yet. So new distillery. I think they have source stuff. Let's see how good their source stuff is. I'm getting some cherry, which is a good sign in the nose. Some dried fruit. What fruit is this? Raisins. Oh, has a sting to it in the end, which not a big fan of, but it's 132 proof. So actually, it's not bad for 132 proof. For me, I feel like it's a little uncomplex. It's not as complex that I would like a bourbon to be. Nonetheless, it's a good bourbon for a wheated. I usually am not a fan of wheated bourbons. So these are all barrel samples, look like. I will taste them next time. I think I've had a lot of stuff today. So thank you so much, guys. The last shot, I just want to mention, so my very good friend Mike, his cat Chopin passed away last. I have some pictures here that I printed out. He was a good cat and he passed away last week, and today His dear friend Cody was also another one, passed away today. So I just hope that, you know, pets passing away is a very hard thing for everybody. So, I hope Mike is doing well, grieving. But I'm sending my prayers to Cody and Chopin. So, cheers to them. And it's very hard for a pet to leave us, especially after this long. I am sure that Mike took good care of both of them, and they lived a good life. But this is Chopin, this is Cody. So these two, and then this is also Cody. This is Cody in the middle, and then on the right, I believe it's Chopin. So this is a picture of them. But tribute to them. And with that, I am going to cheers to the blend. Cheers, guys. Cheers to Cody and Chopin. Wow, this turned into a peanut butter jelly. Never thought that could happen. So sweet. The smell itself is very sweet. Ooh, this is literally peanut butter jelly. Starts off being sweet, nutty, but also very fruity and nut. The peanuts and the fruit jam, and then it goes into sort of oaky for a second. Then it just dips into a malty note. So, cheers, Dean. Cheers, Scott. Cheers to everybody who joined. Crazy Pops, Andrew, Manny, of course, man. If you're still here, Gene, Landon, Guy, Ern, cheers. Greg, if you're watching, Mike, cheers to you, and Chopin and Cody. Thank you so much for joining, guys. And I'm going to dump the blend now. Cheers.